welcome you back to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. It is 216 Day, so obviously we're talking about the Cleveland sports teams and their chance to win a championship. Which team right now, the Cavs, the Browns, or the Guardians, has the best chance, Bull, to win a championship?
Now, what I'm about to say really is not going to make sense to a lot of people, because if you ask me who the best team in Cleveland is, to me, it's close between the Browns and the Cavs. I would actually say the Cavs are probably the best team in Cleveland right now by a hair over the Browns, and I think the Guardians are clearly third. And yet I'm going to make the argument that the Guardians actually have the best chance of winning a championship in the next year, and here's why. With the Browns, it's obvious. We don't know about their quarterback situation. And as good as the Browns are, you, for the most part, have to have the quarterback to win, right? We saw that in the playoffs, great quarterback play, and the AFC is so tough, and the Chiefs feel like impossible to beat right now. It's hard to pick the Browns. As for the Cavs, Mike talks about this all the time. It's nearly impossible to win a championship when your best player is a small guard. We've seen Steph Curry, who had one of the greatest teams ever around him, and Isaiah Thomas, who had a bunch of Hall of Famers around him, do it. That's basically been about it. Now, the Guardians, I look at them on paper, and I'm like, they're not a championship team. They're a 500 team to me. However, baseball, more than any other sport, if you punch your ticket, you've got a shot. In football, if you punch the seventh ticket and you have no quarterback, but you made it because you're not going to win a Super Bowl. In baseball, everybody's got a shot that makes the playoffs. And the Guardians have one thing that not a lot of teams in Major League Baseball have. They got a damn good pitching staff. And if they're healthy, and even if they win the division with 86 wins, which is possible in this division, they have the type of pitching staff that can get hot in the playoffs, and you can win a championship. And because of the randomness of baseball, way more than basketball and football, where the better team more often wins, I'd give the Guardians the best chance.
So I've got the Guardians with the second best chance for that reason. Winnable division, and the strength is their pitching staff.
Yes.
And once you get into a series, when they've got really four guys, Bull, with front of the rotation kind of stuff. Not a lot of teams can go that deep with their starting pitching. Get into the playoffs, keep your starting pitching healthy, and pitching wins in the playoffs. You got to score runs to win.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
And a good closer, too, to shut it out.
And they've got a great closer.
Yeah.
So they're my number two. For the Browns, for the reasons you mentioned, you need a quarterback. We don't know what we have. And there's 6 teams in our conference that have quarterbacks that are going to be around and be heard from for a very long time. So for that reason, they're my last choice. For me, it's got to be the Cavs. They're currently the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Yes, they're 6 games behind the Celtics, but they've been playing their best basketball the last 2 months. The big question for me is, what is Darius Garland on this team, and how does he fit in? We know now with Mobley and Allen, they've got 2 guys that are going to give you double-doubles every night. They have figured out how to play together well with both of those guys. Donovan Mitchell is what he is. He's a top 15 player in the league, maybe top 10 player in the league. I think, and I'm not saying he can carry them to a championship, and I'm not putting him in the same breath as Isaiah and Steph, but he's not far from those guys. He can take over a game. I just think right now the Cavs are the best positioned team in Cleveland to bring back that trophy.
Well, those are good answers, but man, will the Guardians win? Oof. I don't know if they plan on bunting their way around the base paths.
Wins championships, and they haven't.
Square up a bunt for a home run. You have to score some runs, and I like the Cavs. Don't get me wrong. I think they are second. I think Jay is correct. Here's my problem. I need to know if Darius Garland is a max player, and is he going to be able to show up and in a supporting role of Donovan Mitchell. I'm sold on Donovan Mitchell. I think he'll come up and show up and do his thing this year. But I don't know necessarily about Darius Garland. This is an easy one. The Browns are the top team that is closest to winning a championship. They got the quarterback. We know he can play. Right? We've seen it before. It's just about putting it together in a recent terms. You got one of the best special backs in the game in Nick Chubb. We talk about it all the time. Nick Chubb was available last year. I think they could have made a run with Joe Flacco. You got the coach of the year. We talk about, when it comes to coaching, Tito leaves. Stefanski is the best coach in town now. You got a defense that's spent either 1, 2, or 3 dominant defense. Myles Garrett is a cornerstone player. You got a dominant corner and Denzel Ward. And now all you got to do is get it together and get you a couple extra pieces to augment what you got. David and Njoku coming off a career year, and yeah, they didn't really make it to the second round like we thought they should, but they beat the Baltimore Ravens. They've beaten some of those teams, and
they beat the Niners.
They beat the 49ers, and those guys were on the highest level of where they were. So the obvious answer is the Cleveland Browns are the closest to getting done.
Here's the real answer. They're all three going to win their next seasons.
Well, that'd
so
be
we'll
great.
have a Cavs, a Browns, and a Guardians championship to celebrate all in one year.
Has that ever been done? 3 in 1 year?
Not that I
two.
can think of. I know teams have won 2, but not 3 that I can think of.
So by that logic, Jay, the Cavs are the closest to winning a championship. You win.
You're right.
I think
That's true. They're all going to win.
Their championship is next on the calendar.
Didn't the Boston Bruins do it?
Bruins and Patriots won them in the same year, I believe.
And I don't know if it's
Maybe
the Celtics.
the Celtics. I don't know. We'll look into it.